Hello everyone, my name is Triton Perrin, and today I'm bringing you a review of a game I played a few days ago. I won this game and made it to 1Q, so I was very happy about winning this game, but I hadn't played a game for about a month, so I was also super worried the entire time I was playing it that I was going to lose. There's a few things that I wanted to discuss that's in this game in particular, and that is responding to weird moves and how to attack. So let's get started. I play like this quite a bit when I want to play a very solid opening. Since I played black here, I was going to go for either orthodox or a mini Chinese, depending on white's next move. Those are the two openings that I'm the most comfortable with. And when you haven't played for a while, I like to just play a style that's most comfortable for me. But then white played a 3-3 point here. And this is a bit strange because you just don't see it that often. And because of the 3-3, I figured I should just stick to the opening the most comfortable with. He's going to take some territory in the corner, so I'm just going to take the orthodox and take territory in the corner. I'm expecting him to split or approach here, but he plays another weird move to me. And I thought, well, his shape isn't the best. It has some weaknesses. So if I just follow up on the orthodox, I have really nice shape, and it's hard for. I feel like it's better for me overall. Now I'm expecting maybe he'll approach, appear somewhere, do a shoulder hit, or just like do something on the top or the bottom. Probably the top because it's the biggest. So that's what I was expecting. But then he played just another weird move. He directly invaded here at Q7. And I really was not sure how to respond to this. And this is one of the first moves that I want to talk about. When thinking about responding to a weird move or a weird play by your opponent, you have to sort of figure out what their goal might be. To me, he played a 3-3, a weird extension, kind of like a Chinese, like a high Chinese sort of thing. And then he kind of came in here to disrupt all of my territory. But it doesn't seem like I'm not really worried about any of his follow-up moves. So I could potentially just Tanuki, or I could follow up. This game was reviewed by a Fordon after I played it, and he suggested just playing O10 directly, because if white decides to run this stone out, you'll be able to like if it just goes along this line, you get this nice wall facing lots of wide open area, and you can just take another point here. And that's just like great Moyo there, great potential here, and I'm getting a couple points in the bottom. And looking back, I'm thinking that I definitely should have done this. I was worried that he was just going to sacrifice the stone. Like if I did this, he would just like do like a shoulder hit here. I would come up, and I'd have to cut this stone off somehow. And this is a lot of points for me, but I thought that he was just going to try to do a huge Moyo over here. But looking at it now, I realize that he's open on the bottom. I have this stone here at O10, so I could come over from the top. It's so wide here that if he tries to block the bottom, I could probably just come in and not worry about it. Or I might even be able to do some sort of attack on these stones. So I probably shouldn't have worried, but that's what I was worried about. Instead of jumping here, I decided that I don't really want to respond to his move, so I thought I might respond a little bit indirectly, so I approached over here instead. I figure if he just backed off and I came back, that he would probably have to do something about this stone, and then I could probably do a sort of attack and try to make a little bit of profit. That was at least that was what I was hoping would happen. You know, like he would just jump out here now. I don't know, be able to solidify this somehow. Maybe make some points over here. But looking at it, it's kind of hard to find the right move to attack that stone after this, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. But he played this attachment, which was a little bit weird. I guess it's okay because he's trying to make a wall, do something here. So yeah, it's okay. And I play this Joseki, which is the improper Joseki, because the correct follow-up here for white is to push here. And then when I pull back here, he has this nice wall facing this stone, and I don't really have much here. I don't have much potential. I'm just getting a few points, and maybe I'll be able to take something out of the corner later, and he can just do this and make it really hard for me to do anything. It's still possible, but I like this a little bit more for white, because white can still just invade in these areas and reduce me, and it's really difficult to reduce all of these points. But he played a wrong move. He played c2 here, and yeah, it does protect the corner. There was some Aji for me to take the corner away from him, but now I can play here, and he probably should respond because the Hane here is really painful. So if he responds, then I have a better shape here than before. I can still come in here and do something, do like a reducing move somewhere along this line. Then I can still play something over here. But I didn't push up, which I should have for sure. And I wasn't sure how I wanted to approach this stone. D16 is the only approach that I really know. And the person who reviewed the game afterwards said that this is probably what they would play. But I wanted to try to build this side of the board, so I played over here. Looking back, this really isn't the best, because this move, he can get this in Sente, I'm more than likely going to respond. It's hard to not respond. And so he got his wall, he got his corner, and then he can play something like this. And yeah, I might be able to make some points here on the top, but it's so wide open that he's going to be able to invade and do something. But his points over here are getting even more solid with every move, and it's really difficult for me to do anything here. So this wasn't the best idea. However, my opponent decided to play this move. This is definitely a mistake. It's not a bad move, but just playing g5 directly forces me to respond. And you already saw the good variation that could follow after that. And with this, there's cutting Aji. And so I can leave that for later and just follow up on this stone. And depending on what happens, I could just cut through, or I could just respond here and have him protect that cut, or I could threaten, I could do some sort of peep, and it seems a little bit, it's just not as solid, and so it's not as good of a move. And I saw the Aji there, and I wasn't sure how to respond to this 3/3 stone, so I just cut through directly. My plan was that if he did this, I would cut here directly, and I'm probably going to be able to take the corner. Like if he just does this, then I have the corner and I've reduced some of this, and I felt like this was a good result for me, because now if he does do something like this, I'm still going to be able to build some points over here. I've taken this pretty big corner and I've reduced a lot of these points here. If he gets Gote in the next fight that's going to be over here sometime, then I will be able to reduce even more over here, and I felt this would be a really good result. He just protected right away, and that was also kind of a mistake though, because when I extend here, this cut looks like a good move. It was actually a little bit of an overplay, and he should have been able to take advantage of that fact. Um, but it's hard to take advantage of, for sure. But it was a little bit of an overplay. So he does this peep here, and he does this little combination. And this was it wasn't a bad idea, but it leaves a really nice cut for me to take, so I take it right away. And this isn't bad for me. This is actually pretty good for me. My cut is working nicely. I'm going to be able to reduce this. He has two potentially weak groups. I make a mistake, though. The move I need to play is right here, because white does not have the ladder, because it goes directly to my stone here at Q10. But I play out here. I figure if white plays here, I could play here. If white tries to come out, I might be able to do something with this group here. Not the best thought, because he's going to get all these points that I wanted to take from him. And yeah, I'm going to get a few extra points here, but I don't know. Maybe it's okay because I'll be able to follow up here, but it just seems no good. The other problem with this move is that white can just kill my stones right now. If I try to do all this protecting, I lose the Liberty Race here. And the game's not 100% over, but it's pretty over, and I'm going to have to do something drastic to win. He just got a lot of points here, disrupted all of my potential here, and he still has potential to make points here. He still has a 3/3 stone, which is basically a solid corner, and I'm so wide open. So this would have been absolutely horrible for me, but he didn't see that he could do it, because he wasn't using his time efficiently. So he played here, and I was able to capture the stones. Now he tries to kill my group because I guess he thought he could do it now. But after this, he realizes that I have more liberties. And this just hurts him because it gets rid of a forcing move that he could have had. If he just did this and then got a couple forcing moves, these could potentially be useful. And so you don't want to get rid of those. And you're just making me thicker by getting rid of my potential weaknesses here. So I got really lucky here. He can still capture these 3 stones, but that's more of a end game thing. So he leaves it alone for now and just tries to live here. Now I definitely need to follow up here, and this is the normal follow-up move that I was told about, but I don't play against the 3/3 that often, so I definitely need to study it a bit. And I played a bit of a different move. I played here. I thought that maybe white would play like this and just like try to connect underneath or something, and I could push him down and make this wall. Maybe potentially make something over here. You know, it seemed like a good idea at the time, but I do have this really ugly weakness here that he can take advantage of eventually. So maybe it's not the best idea, but he takes advantage of it right away. And this is also not the best idea, because after this little result here, I have a very good chance of killing the corner, and he's not going to get much on the outside. I do make a couple mistakes, however, so he ended up getting everything. So in the end, it worked out really well for him. Yeah, he extended here, and the proper response for me was just to play here. He has to do something else, otherwise I will play G15 and net the stones. So then I could play this and come out, and the corner might be able to live if he really tries, but I have the potential of killing the corner, living on the side. I still have this cut here at F14, and it really it seems like a good position for me. But I Hanate here. This cut at G17 is very severe. Right now it doesn't matter because I can just kill these stones. But I'm going to have to eventually come back to protect this, or let him take these 2 stones. So this corner is not in any danger anymore, or it's at least in a lot less danger. So he just jumps up, and I take a forcing move that I shouldn't have taken, because I thought he was just going to play here, and I thought this would be okay. But instead he played a much better move, which was to take one of my liberties. And now this is super hard for me to deal with. I play here, and I try to come out, but he just clamps here, and the corner's alive. This cut at G17 is really severe now, and he was able to capture all my stones and make all of his groups alive and safe. And I still owed a move. So this was a really, really horrible result for me. Then he even cuts right away to take advantage of the Aji. Well, just to take advantage of that cut point. And this was such a sad result for me. I made so many bad moves here. But I figured that looking at the board, I actually still think black's ahead. So my mistakes, while they are bad, I still have a chance in this game. So I just Atari down. I figure if he's going to take him, then I have Sinte, and maybe I should have just protected this cut or something, or played elsewhere. But I think right now he takes advantage of the little logic here, and because he's probably not going to be able to kill this group, so he figures that he should just do his forcing moves real quick, and then come back to reduce my entire area. Now I'm worried about this group on the side, so I pincer. Maybe there's a better move, but I feel like this is good enough. Then he plays another weird move here. He does this lean against my 4th line stone. And this is I guess this is possible, but you really will not see this ever. I can easily just push and cut here and take lots of points on this side, but I would make my group over here just a little bit weaker. Like if it just goes like this, his group seems fine, and I have a little bit of Aji here that I have to worry about. So I decided I didn't want to push and cut, so I just took my 4th line territory, because I am absolutely okay with that. This totally doesn't seem like a bad idea, and I should just jump or push again and then jump, and this seems like a great result for me. I got so much territory here. But then I decided to poke here first, and this was definitely a bad move, because I don't know why I didn't think of this, but I mean, his response is just here, and I really should respond here. And I didn't really want to do this, because when he turns here, this is just so painful for me, and he's able to attack this stone. So this Q7 stone that was really kind of stupid at the beginning of the game is now totally possible. And so I felt I needed to protect that stone, and he got a double Hane here, and I had to be a little submissive. There are other ways to respond, but I was worried about him cutting off this stone, so I felt this was the only way to respond. He does a double Hane here, which doesn't work, but he gets this forcing move, so it seems okay in the end. He basically, like this group, I could have probably attacked this group, but instead I let him settle because I poked too early at his shape. If I waited a little bit, so if we go back, if I just like did this, and like let's say he wanted to push and try to come out, I could poke at his shape now, because when he does this, I will be able to respond here. I don't have anything to worry about. But I was worried about this group on the top, so I poked too early. And really, I shouldn't worry about this group, because I have an eye if I play at f18. Like if I play here, I have an eye here for sure. And then I have the M17 stone, which should help me get at least one more eye on the top. So this group is strong enough. I don't have to worry about it at all. But because I poked too early, I gave my opponent a really good result. And that was a lesson I really learned the hard way in this game. Try to time your try to time your probes and pokes just a little bit better. Yeah, so this is back to this result. All right, so white plays this Atari, and white actually this is a big and small mistake. Yes, he can take the corner here, but he ends in Gote. And this is really bad for white because all of my groups are now safe, super solid, and he has this Q7 stone with a target drawn on it. So I can attack it right away. And so I do. I use this little poke to attack right away. I figure if he tries to come out, I can just I can swallow this stone on a large scale and threaten to make points over here as well. And this is a great way of attacking. You know, you aren't saying I'm going to kill this stone. You're saying I'm going to threaten to kill this stone, and you can try to save it, but while you save it, I'm going to make points elsewhere. I was really aiming to make some points here in the center. I felt that if I could do that or make points here, I should be able to win the game. He played this, and I should definitely just attack right away or cover here. And I try to cover here, but I push in first. This is getting rid of a little bit of Agi or an Echo threat. I don't want to push right now. So that wasn't really a good move. And then he pushed into my corner a little bit and was able to jump out. So that was a little bit bad. But I get a good attack off here. First I poke, and he tries to live right away. So he does a couple things. I could probably just start poking at his shape right away, but I was worried about my corner because I knew that he could cut through, but if he cuts through right now, I can kill the stone, which is why I played this. See, if he does this, I can just kill this stone, and there's no cut, there's no worry. So he plays this to try to get out. But now I have so many ways to poke at this group. So I push through, poke at the bottom, poke here. I take advantage of a little bit of Agi here to connect my group up a bit better. And now these two cutting points don't matter because if he cuts at M5, I connect at P4, and my corner should be okay. But I'm able to play this really severe surrounding move. And maybe I should play a little bit further out, but I think this is okay. My opponent decides to cut right away, so I have to fix this area here, or else I just lost a couple points and I didn't really gain that much yet. So he plays this as a forcing move, and then he plays this to attack my corner. I make a little bit of a mistake here. I play S9, and he's able to kind of fix his shape here, and then I play down like this. And this is not a really good way to do it. If I wanted to do anything, I should just play this right away. There's a little bit more Agi there for me, and he's not going to be able to live still. But I thought that I had to play here to try to kill. But now, whenever he wants to, he has this this Ko here. So this is the Ko. And if I lose the Ko, my corner is dead. So I was a little bit worried about that. But he doesn't do that right away. First, he tries to live. So he pushes out here, does this, pushes to create cutting points, and then makes an eye here. So I do this so that he will play here, and then I have to make a decision right now. Do I continue attacking and try to kill the group by playing N5, or do I just defend. When you have to make a choice like this, because like if I just defend here, then he lives, and then I take my corner, prevent the everything. This is a possible result, but I have to know if I have enough points to win. But white has more points than me currently, and I have potential to make some points here in the center, but white, like, it's really easy. White can just play something over here, something over here, maybe even just like come in here, and if I block this way, they run this way. You know, it's really easy for white to reduce the points I could potentially make here in the center. So I wasn't confident that I would have enough points to win. So I decided that if I could attack white and get some forcing moves towards this direction to sort of seal off this side and try to get Sente out of it so I can come back and seal off this side, that would be super good. Like, I would be able to make I know I'd be able to make enough points, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything. I wouldn't have to worry about the corner. I could potentially lose a couple points in the corner, but I figured everything would be okay. So I played here. And so he has to continue running. So I push him, and I do this. He does this to create a little bit of Aji. He pokes, and I think he just bamboo jointed here. At this point, I could just push or be a little bit more loose, but I wanted to try to be as severe as possible, so I played this. I could probably just push and seal off this side, but I don't know, I felt like I needed to be more severe. There's no real trick behind it. I think I felt like white would probably have to connect in Gote. So white pushes for Aji and cutting points. After I play this, I'm threatening to push through, so he just protects. And white has to worry about this now, but I can't do it right away because my group is probably like, there's potential for this group to die on the top, and then there's also potential for the corner to be in a little bit of trouble. So I do this and this to just connect up my group, because I knew that it would be Sente, because he needs to come back and play something here, just anything here. And then I can come back and do this, or if I'm a little bit worried, I could do this. And I think that I have enough, I got enough profit from this attack that this should totally be fine. And this was the goal of my attack, was to seal off this side, get Sente to come back and seal off this side. And white has the first move when it comes to end game, so I'll be at a little bit of a disadvantage if my opponent's really good at end game. I figured it would be okay, but remember I said that he had to connect here? He didn't. I guess this is forcing, and this makes me want to respond here, which I did, and then this is forcing as well, because I can't cut it off if it's just going to live, so. But he has to make use of these stones in Sente. Otherwise, his attack was pointless, because I'm just going to cut off his group and he's going to die. And so he tries something. No, not this. Oh yeah, he Atari'd first. So he tries this. The problem is he gets Gote here. And so I just push right through and cut him. And there's nothing he can do. He does try to take advantage of this later. I don't have to worry about this. He can do whatever he likes, and I'll just take this, and no, there's nothing he can do. You just can't win. You can't do anything there. So yeah, he was able to break into the territory I tried to make, but he sacrificed a 50-point group to do so. This is definitely not how you want to play. Not how you want to uh do this game. Maybe he was maybe he knew that I'd be able to cut him off, and he just didn't see this double co. Like, that has to be it. He probably just didn't see the double co. But yeah, this was no good. So there's a couple things that I learned from this game. The first thing was protect your group before trying to come out, because he could have just killed my group and it would have basically been game over. Don't poke too early. I should probably respond to weird moves right away. It was one of these moves here. And I should probably respond to them right away, because if they respond, then I'm going to get a good result. Oh, responding, I need to study 3-3. 3-3 Joseki and follow-ups when they Tanuki, because this result was absolutely horrible for me. And also, when it comes to attacking, you want to have a plan of where you're going to make profit. Like, when I decided to play this move here to continue attacking this group, I was hoping that I'd be able to solidify these points up here, or I would be able to kill the group, which is what happened. He broke into the top, so I killed his group. If he just protected his group, I would have solidified the top, and I think that would have been enough points for me to win, for sure. I hope you learned at least a little bit of something from this game. It was a really exciting game, and maybe I'll do more of these reviews if I get any good at them. So let me know if you enjoyed this video, and I'll maybe make some more in the future. And this is all I really wanted to go over. If you really did like the video, you can subscribe, and I'll eventually be making more videos. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a good day. See ya.